Hmm. Yes, the two forces fight within you. And speaking of fighting within you, you must essay one to do the other, and then well, I'm sure the gift that I sent you may eventually prove useful, but it's a ways off. Call it a goal.
Oh, yes. Yes. Although I did not realize the whole implications of empowering Ghost Wheel as I did. But, things happen.
The balance must be restored.
Hmm. Very true.
However, there are many on both sides who will attempt to counteract it. It may even weaken my own power. There may be other ways to do it as well. If you can find those, that would be good. I am busy with other things as others are attempting, well, I'm sure I don't need to tell you about court intrigue.
The depths of that can go on infinitely, I'm sure.
Hmm. Yes. We had gotten quite a large chunk of information from a Mr. Joshua McKay indirectly, and unfortunately it did cause quite a sensation as it was given to other people, and my people eventually found out about it, and I'm afraid if you were gaining any help from the House of Swift, that house has ended.
Has it? Or has he gone into hiding?
Suddenly, messily, and all over the place. There are only a few of the great houses left. He stands up and does the thing where he paces around the room as the guards keep an eye on you guys for any kind of undue movement so they can have a chance to try out their new nifty weapons. He says, of course, we still have the House of Adonai, the House of Elohim, Albermesh, Akarai, Akonan, Kasha, etc., etc. But the large houses, such as Amberlash and Helgram, and he says them much faster than I do, Hendrake, Jespy, always Jespy is with us, he sighs, and Sawal, of course, could not do without that house, for they are the keepers of the gates. They are always with us. The smaller houses attempt to become larger houses.
As he's talking about this, are there banners here or no? Are we
No,
like
this is a really plain room with just like basic stonework and stuff. It looks as though they've tried to make it as solid appearing as possible. Although he does caution you not to step on a certain part of the floor as you will sink through it and be in a different room, which is awkward. So, and of course I am unable to act in many aspects I would like to because, as you are of course aware, the courts have the practice of vendetta.
Hmm.
I'm glad you know about this already. It saves so much explanation. So, perhaps is there something small I could do to assist you as you are, for some reason, not yet ready to begin to essay the Logris?
Very gingerly raises his hand.
He looks at you and raises an eyebrow just a fraction of a millimeter.
I don't know if you have heard, you probably have, but there's been some sort of mark that's been placed upon me.
Oh, for killing
You.
Benedict's son and Benedict's son's squire. Oh, yes. The lad was from a very major family within the Golden Circle Trade Accord of Amber, and they were livid. They have requested that Amber deal with you most severely, and of course they shall. As far as the mark upon you, that is beyond me because that was the death curse of an Amberite. When you slay an Amberite, they may give a death curse. It doesn't even have to be vocal. Of course, that goes for Lords of Chaos as well. So, yes, you're fucked, he says.
So, do you know how to get rid of it?
As I said, you could. The easiest way would be to kill anybody who attempts to slay you. Yes. Eventually, of course, this may create several other death curses, but perhaps you could find a different way to appease them. That may be a long and hard undertaking. 'Twas what she quoth.
Okay, so what does the mark do? Exactly, do you know?
He does some major magic stuff. Let's see if he can fumble his roll and explode and cause the universe to shift off track. God damn close. All right. He says, I'm afraid that I could not tell you exactly what it does. Well, now that we've tried our best to help him, is there anything you other two could do? We'll have...
Yeah, I got something for you, Grandpa. Is this the room I should make a trump of next time I need to give you a message?
He says, well, I am going to be...
I don't want a trump out there, you understand?
I see. You wish to make a trump of this room. There are always guards here, so you may be dealing with other people as I am often busy, but he introduces you to several people that may be detailed later. After they get sent away, he says, they do not know of where you live. If you tell people where you live and whose domain you are in, they may... Well, do you know what a guinea pig is used for?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. I would keep that very much to yourselves because there are many who dislike my son, and yes, that could get you more than death.
Right.
That sounds kind of bad, Weston.
Don't tell people where I'm from.
Well, whose domain you're in. You can make up whatever thing. You can say that you're from, sounds like Australia and Earth or something if you wish, yes. You should be fine with that. But the exact domain or who runs the domain?
Are there any formalities I should observe? Basically if I want to come here and give you a message. Don't need to go wandering around, but I definitely don't want to go walking out there and see all that again.
He says, yes, you can make a trump of this room during skill whoring, but he introduces you to one of his stewards who will get a personality and name and shit later. And he says, actually, I will do it now. Let's see, this is the plane room. Milik Kronda.
Oh, this is the
Stewart.
Our contact.
Yep, female.
Kronda.
Yep. Appears to be in her 50s. She's a minor house chaos lady who is working for the king.
Okay, so she's one of his personal stewards.
She has my confidence as far as getting messages unmolested to me. Yes, you should be okay. So you can give her a message if you think it's important enough for me, but my time is very limited. I'm very busy with a number of other projects.
Would it make more sense for you to give me your card? I'll give you my card. Yeah, we'll swap cards.
He says, Actually, you can have my permission to make a card of Milik instead. I dislike being contacted as I am sometimes attacked through the cards. She is more expendable. He smiles at you. She does not look really thrilled.
That's all right. I know how to get hold of you, Gramps. I slap the doc on the back. Right. Now, this Golden Cycle Trade Accord. How do I get a seat at that table?
Golden Cycle? I'm unfamiliar with the Golden Cycle.
Golden Circle? Is that what you're calling it?
Yes, the Golden Circle. That's an Amberite trade agreement that they have with regions that are close by in the shadows there. So just get in really good with the Amberites. You'll be fine.
Okay. So it's basically just they have permission to enter Amber. That's what it is.
They're in shadows close to Amber, and ways have been set up between them and Amber that anybody can navigate if they know the route.
I see.
It's a trade accord status. It's mercantile things. I don't really know much about mercantile things. Do you know a lot about mercantile things?
Yeah, that's my business.
Well, that is something to keep in mind, he says. And you, sir. I wish I could do something for the Freddy individual, but
there's one last thing.
Hmm?
What do we need to do to get access to replicate the barber poles?
That would be my son's domain. I do not like going into his world, his area, because he gets rather short about that. Plus, I have other things to do. As far as replicating the barber poles, it's very easy. You just go to the world tree, get some of that, get the special inks, and you should be fine. You have one of the inks already, and the other, you just need the purity.
I look at the other two. Did that make any sense to you, Blocks?
We have one of the inks already.
All of you do.
Oh, blood, I see.
You are more clever than you appear, he says approvingly.
And what's the other one then?
It is the purity. Your heart must be pure.
Oh, like,
Yeah. Good luck with that one. But there are other ways. There are ways and there are ways.
There is one other thing I would like to ask. If you or someone else could help me, I'd be very interested to learn the high magic, how to do that.
I think that would be something that you can talk to Ghost about.
Oh. How would I get in touch with him?
I will be summoning him to return you to whence you came. And you, sir. He looks at Fulton.
Just glad that we could meet in person finally. I must say though, I'm wondering if you are the one that's behind who's actually, I lean forward quietly, on the other throne or no? That was quite clever.
His eyes sparkle just a bit, and he says, I have no idea what you're talking about. We shall have to get together for high tea at some point. I can see that a conversation with you shall be most stimulating. Right, make a note, Doc, you are in good standing with Random, and unfortunately, Merlin, and bad standing with people who don't like Merlin. You other two are fairly neutral with him, and he knows who you are, though, so you can make a note of that. And pulls out a trump card. Everybody give me a spot hidden at half, because he takes out the deck and you have like just a little window to actually see what's on it, which for some of you may make a great deal of difference. Others, not so much. Wrestling Rad spots it right away. It looks like a silvery donut.
I recognize that donut.
Nobody else quite caught it, and he looks at it, and eventually a silvery kind of shape appears, a little different than what's in the
I'm
card.
gonna spend my reroll on that.
Ah. I can't imagine why you would want to do that, Freddy Trump Master.
Doesn't want to roll, hold on.
You saw it.
Ah, I see it.
Yes, you can make a note that you have seen that card, because for you that may actually make a difference if you ever get that skill up and shit. But I think right now you've got it's on one pedestal, I'm painting on this, but there's a later skill if you ever get around to getting it, as opposed to build your shiny new artifact, where if you've seen it, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Which could be useful.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not
All
useful.
I have right now is paint one of another trump. That's all I have.
Yeah. Good luck. So it appears and it says, they've gotten out of the box. In a slight, you notice it uses the exact same voice that Merlin does. And he says, they were just stopping by. I find this one, he points at Fulton, quite intriguing and a bit naughty. Yes, says his same voice back to him. He is a bit of a pain in the ass, but he does good work. And this one says he's a merchant. He is just starting out, comes the response, but he has promise. And this one, let us not talk of that one. I see. He says, very well.
So the silver donut that I did see,
Yes.
did
It resembles this bigger silver donut. It seems to have a lot. It's almost like a kind of ghostly round thing.
Gotcha.
It appears to be partially here and partially not.
Right.
And
That's what controls the shadows on the hub.
You know too much, it says to you. Well, you think it's to you. Well, you're thinking it's not addressing other people. It could be addressing other people. Let's hope it's addressing other people. It says, very well. And he says, I wouldn't mind if they were returned safely to whence they came. And
if we got access to replicate barber poles.
there's a brief pause as you can almost feel it looking at you. And it says, you'll have to negotiate for the world tree yourself. Your blood shall do it. What shall you use for purity's sake? It asks. What do you think is a sacrifice worthy of purity?
I lovingly stroke my didgeridoo I have slung over my shoulder.
Very well. But only if it is very well done. And excellent. Make a note that your character now he's the only one who has the power to create the white stripes on the barber pole, but you must roll a didgeridoo at a quarter in order to enchant the pole. It can be used at skill whoring or once per adventure.
Nice. Okay, so
It's some weird shit going on here, Ghost, says Merlin to it.
I can use my didgeridoo skill to...
And to make the white lines of the barber pole, you can try once per adventure, or you can skill hoard if you're like, we really need this, and then but you need a quarter. So, or less. Less is okay too. And you're the only one with this fucking weird power. It's the power of music, man. Yeah. Yeah, from every shit. Yeah. Give me a didgeridoo roll as you pull it out and begin playing it.
You know what's funny is Merlin would probably actually like this a lot because
Yeah,
when I
he's
carved it,
listening.
I actually had it carved to look like kind of a swirling tentacle.
Cool. Give me your role as you perform for the king of one of the two kings of the universe. Good luck.
Anybody got any interesting cards for this? Any perform cards?
It'd be really a
Sounds
shame to
good.
fumble on it.
Yeah, it would. Or any rerolls, just in case. Here we go. Success. Nothing special, but I made it.
Merlin golf claps, and everybody else claps louder and stuff until he stops golf clapping, and then everybody goes silent. And he says, "Somewhere safe, you please." And he says, "You might want to stand close together."
Okay.
As we're doing that, I'm like, could you teach me high magic one day, Mr. Ghost?
Ghost Wheel says, "Why would I want to do that?" And it awaits your
I'll
answer.
owe you a favor.
You have nothing I want, it
I'll
says.
do something in return.
The wheel begins coming up as you desperately try to bargain with it with no cards in your hand, so to speak. And then it settles over you guys. And
As it's doing that, I look over at Merle and I'm like, and back to your mission, random's mission I go.
back to random's mission I go. Oh, I see what you did. Yeah. He just looks at you and raises an eyebrow. And everybody gets some cards. Cool. All right. And you guys are standing on a beach. And you're not really certain exactly where you're at. You notice there's a lot of hot-looking women running around and stuff. And they're carrying like surfboards and stuff. All humans. And everybody give me either current events if you're from... Wait, everybody here is modern day except Freddy, who's a bit more futuristic, I believe, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, modern day.
Slightly futuristic. Not so
Okay, I'll take either current events or history from Freddy, but I'll take current events from the other two. You see some guy sitting up on a tower. He's got binoculars and he's looking around and being muscular and shit. And it's at this point that you don't realize a damn thing, Freddy. You are just happy to be on a beach. You guys are not dressed for the beach, but everybody else is in bathing suits and stuff. They kind of ignore you. You can tell they notice you, but they kind of ignore you.
I don't think I have any kind of current events.
Ooh.
And just roll history too?
Sure.
Nope.
It's all up to Chris. Oh, yeah. Chris, you recognize the muscular young guy on the chair as David Hasselhoff. You seem to be in an episode of Baywatch.
Excellent. Hold on.
My God, that man is in trouble. He goes sprinting off, dives into the water, power strokes.
Oh, let me help. I pull out my anal refresher and jump in.
You two notice that this is getting ready to happen when Hasselhoff's rescuing somebody. He pulls out the big dildo thing, and you're thinking this could get really awkward really quick.
Here comes the assault.
Yeah, put that in the deleted scenes, I think.
What do you guys want to do?
Live!
Oh, are you doing that? Okay, no problem.
Oh, I want to help.
No problem. He's like, no, stand back. I'm going to do mouth to mouth.
Oh, he's dying. Look, he's dying. This will save him.
It's a young, attractive woman with large memories.
This will save her.
Right. He's like, are you a doctor?
He's a
I'm
proctologist.
proctologist.
she goes, "Ah!" Throws up a little bit of seawater. He's like, thanks. She's like, ah, ah, starts screaming and.
I gave David Hasselhoff my business card. Anytime, sir.
Does it just say proctologist on it or something?
It literally says, Dr. Proctologist, how may I assist you? That's it.
He just looks at you like you're on crack. Ah, he says, right. People are coming running over with a stretcher. She's like, what happened to me?
I think she already was stretched, but hey.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do now? You see a big pink Cadillac pull up, and the guy's sitting there, and he has like a straw hat on, and he pulls down his sunglasses and looks at you guys. Does the like over the top. I'm too cool to take my sunglasses off all the way, but I want to make some eye contact thing with you. He looks at you and waits in his pink Cadillac. All right, Fulton hops in the front seat, back seat.
Yeah.
Front seat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll hop in.
Where to? Says the guy. Starts driving off as the screams of the violated person. And did you see that guy? Are echoing behind you. Where to? Says the guy.
Wall Street.
Are we in San Angeles?
No problem. Eventually, you guys are starting to wish you had like winter coats and stuff as the air gets colder and colder and whatnot around you. And eventually, you pull up to the like you're going through a forest and stuff, and there's no roads, and he pulls up outside of this fucking huge tree, and like down below you can see this fucking snake coiled around the roots and stuff. And it looks like it looks big enough to literally get all three of you in one mouthful. And he goes, "Here you go. See ya." Fulton gets out. Rasslin, you're thinking that your ass is starting to pucker because that snake it makes a dune sandworm look like edible.
All right, I'm following.
Okay, you guys get out of the car. He drives away, leaving you here. I was expecting embassy or something. I was wrong. I was fucking wrong. Okay, great.
So
the snake regards you from the base of the world tree, and you can tell you've got its attention.
So did this guy actually like shadow walk us?
You don't know how you got here. You just drove.
How many hours passed?
Half an hour, maybe less.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it look like we were in San Angeles to begin with? Because we were on the scene.
Kind of, yeah.
Show,
yeah, and then it's apparently easier to get here than you thought.
Palm trees.
It went from palm trees to like fir trees.
Okay.
Quick. And snow. You went from beach to goddamn I'm cold, I'm gonna freeze to death. We're all fucking gonna die.
Could I use my land navigation to see if we're like
yes.
in north? Let's see. Didn't make it.
You've come to the land of the ice and snow where the midnight heart wants to give you a blow. You don't know. Oh.
Would you like me to go to the embassy and fetch the Santa suit and not jump back to the two of you?
It feels a little brisk out here. Are we at the tree? Do I see a?
You're damn close to the tree, and you're thinking hypothermia followed by having pieces fall off and shit is likely.
Right. Here, give me your card, Freddie.
What? Oh, right, yes. I'll give you my card.
I'll
be back as soon as possible.
No problem. Freddie, go ahead and give me... oh, by the way, for everybody, just in case they didn't know, I know Freddie wrote it on the board. If somebody shapeshifts, even a minor shapeshift and shapes back, all their cards are broken until Freddie gets better at making the cards so that they go with the... Right, Freddie jumps there, jumps back... Or did you make your card before you shapeshifted, Freddie?
No, I made new ones as soon as you pressed the deck.
That's smart. All right, and then you get him on back.
So,
Cool.
just to clarify, if you shapeshift, it breaks the card, or what happens if you like shapeshift back to the way you were? Does it
card's still
reactivate,
broken,
or is it already broken?
No, it's broken.
Gotcha.
The cards are fairly delicate. I mean, if you make a card of a normal person, like if somebody's make a card of me and I gain a bunch of weight, as I have, then it's fine. But if I grow gills and then get rid of the gills, my basic shape has changed. So assuming you're making them of non-shape-shifting individuals, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you have a higher level of making cards to where it captures the essence of, for example, Doc, who's out practicing his shape-shifting, and because there's a higher level of making cards where you just do the essence, that won't break. Pretty much ever, and that's what most of the professional cards are made of. Right now, you guys are still doing the amateur cards.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Freddy you guys are
I'll
all
come
dressed
back
as
with
Santa
the
Claus.
suit.
You feel like idiots, but you're warm.
All right. I'll give Freddy his card back.
Thank you.
You remember the old days of hearing stories about Joshua McKay rigged the elves to be suicide bombers. Exciting times at the
All right,
North
well,
Pole.
Rathlin, since you're kind of the dude with the mission,
The snake glares at
I'll
you.
follow your lead.
To the tree.
We charge towards the tree.
When you guys get to within snake striking distance, which is probably a football field away from the tree, the mighty actually, let's come a little closer so he can hear you. The mighty voice of the snake literally shakes the ground. Stop. What do you want? Here, the world tree that holds the pillars of the universe.
We want a
I
small
prefer
piece of the
gold.
tree.
Why do you deserve a small piece of the tree?
Look at the other two.
We have preserved this world by empowering it so it can survive. We wish to have a piece of the fallen tree so that we may travel within the shadows that the wheel controls.
That's pretty reasonable. Give me a fast talk at half and for good result.
Nice.
Was that a crit? You, and you alone, may approach, but you may only take what you may carry out. But this wood shall be very heavy. Ha ha ha, says the snake.
Doc. I reach into my backpack. You might want to consider using this, but you're the magic man. And it's one of the bag of holdings from. Here, I got it back from Yondoon because you couldn't do anything with it. You have to activate it. I don't know if it'll work here, but just take that with you. And I pull out a wood carving knife. I don't know if you got any tools.
Now, give me a analyze magic roll at half for something that may be of assistance. The snake continues laughing at you as you hand him a primitive-looking sack.
Okay.
You're thinking if you've got something that you can bundle the wood together with, that could make it into one item. Which now is this powered by? This is powered by the individual's magic points as opposed to Chris, correct?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking Jason who had the bag.
Yeah.
Was this
Say
powered
that
by
again?
Chris? Was this powered? This is powered by the individual. Is this the magic bag, pretty much raw from the Tri-Kingdoms?
It's a raw bag from Tri-Kingdoms.
Got it.
It's not. They were trying to get it powered by those cinder paw things,
Yes.
but we're unable to.
Well, certain things happen there. Bad things. They were close.
So, yeah.
They actually were really, really doing it. And then the
So I put
PCs.
my glasses on and I pop a charge to see how this thing works.
That's a really good idea. Go ahead and you're in a highly magical area, so there's no activation roll. And taking a look at it, in order to do it, hold on a minute. Let me go to magic items. Magic. Okay, and new skills. New magic. Please hold. Okay. Fuck you guys. Take us to the tree, bitch. We're going to the fucking tree.
Just wait, it's gonna be it. Just
It's gonna get worse, huh? I see how it is. I see how
Oh,
it
yeah.
fucking is. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. Bag of holding. Right. With your analyze magic, all you have to do this is you have to use your activate conjuration item skill to put shit in, and activate conjuration magic skill to take it out. And each time that you put it in or take it out, it costs 6 magic points. And let's see, the and also this bag expires at the end of this season. So
I go forward.
all right.
Bag.
The serpent laughs at you. Ha, 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 ha.
Let me I'm checking to see if I have some kind of cord or a rope for you.
I'm good. Don't worry
Okay,
about
good. All right, you can do it, mate. You got
it.
this.
So I go up to the tree. Like, is
Hey.
there like any pieces of it on the ground? or
Yes,
anything?
he indicates them, but with your fairy sparkles are everywhere.
Okay.
It's the weirdest
Like, does it look
ringtone.
like there's even like huge like logs that have fallen off of it?
Oh
or
yeah,
something,
of
or-
course.
Great. Mega Fulton! And I pick up like a huge fucking piece of it.
You guys
And
look
I
at
start-
Megadoc, and the serpent goes, fine. It just is.
Well,
He walks off with a fucking huge log. Drops it onto Freddy. Ooh. You guys look at Megadoc. He towers over you.
I continue going until it fades off because I know it's going to fade off eventually.
All right, no problem. You other two, give me sprinting rolls. Anybody who's not Megadoc to keep up with Megadoc as he strides off.
he strides off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, where you going?
Bring my clothes! It's cold!
Fuck you,
All right,
Chris.
look
Take a
around for
refill.
clothes to pick up. And I do my best to keep up.
They scurry after you. You guys are thinking, why couldn't he have stopped long enough for me to grab onto his shoe and go, But now,
Safer this way.
yes, it's much safer this way as he walks off, chuckling and carrying. Actually, it sounds like, because he's really fucking big. And you see a squirrel poised on the tree. What in the fuck is that? I have some extra insults.
Giant.
What is your name? Yells the serpent after Megadoc.
Doc Fulton!
I have some extra insults for you to give to the eagle. He is as cunning and evil and deceitful as Doc Fulton. I tell him right away. And the creature scurries up a bit higher and then watches like, that's a huge bitch. All right, so you stride off with it until you feel yourself beginning to shrink. I'm guessing you want to set it down carefully as not to crush the others. And then you go, okay, so you've got pretty much a giant fucking tree thing next to you. Good for you. It's big. It's too big. You wish you had some axes, lumberyard.
Well, this is
Or
where, you know, that's why.
where like a lightsaber might come in handy.
Eh. But
No, see, this is where we get, you know, Wrestling Rad to, you know, we just need a semi-truck with a logging crew to come out and log this for us.
ooh,
And then
That
we
would do it.
transport it to a warehouse somewhere, and we store it.
Yeah, I mean, is it that big, or is it something that we can break down and stuff into the bag?
no, he went
100
for
foot tall
he,
and grabbed the.
he went for maximum fuck you in this. You're wondering if you need 2 semi trucks, maybe 3.
Oh, really? That much?
Yeah.
Good, great.
And
With all the wooden magical shit we can make now.
Well, yeah, I guess I wasn't sure how much you had actually taken with that. So, okay, so we definitely need equipment to get it out of here then. Or we could make use of Freddy's trump gate somehow.
if you had a team of I don't know 50 people to move it through, I don't think he'd have the magic points for trump gating 50 people through.
All right, and
I mean,
so
he went overboard on this.
Are we even in modern day Shermer anymore? Because I wasn't sure if he shadow walked us or just.
You don't know what planet you're on. You're surprised. Is there air? You don't know.
Right.
Yeah, there is. Okay, good. Yeah, you're just like, I don't know what the. You just look at Doc like, you asshole. It's too bad. It's seriously. It's like just. It's like he brought a house of wood. Like, there you go. Here's a whole house in one big tree.
Well, I mean, are there branches? There's pieces that can
if you
take off.
Yeah, you might be able to get like, I don't know. We'll do it. We'll do it nice. You could get 2 D20 of barber poles worth easily. If you wanted to leave the main thing here in case you ever find a way back. But 2 D20 barber poles, that's a lot of barber poles.
Or
we
we could pass some time and say, one of us could stay with it. We go into town, get some people, hire like some people, some trucks to come out here.
You're not sure if vehicles would work out here. You
What's
don't
that?
know. You don't know if vehicles
that
would
one
work.
dude drove us, but I don't know if he had like some magic vehicle he was driving with that pink
Oh,
Cadillac thing.
well, no.
Pink Cadillac.
If we got a magic car from Gothic, or magic van, we know magic is unlimited here, so we can use that.
They do sell magic trucks in Gothic. The problem is that they fail a lot unless you're mighty.
Let's take a step back first. Do one of you have that spell that tells you what time and zone you're in and all that?
Yes, one sec, let me try.
Yep. Fumbles, blows his head up, his lifeless body collapses at your feet, and you go, that's not good. I see the problem right there. You cast full rules. That just tells you the rules of these.
Oh, it tells you
tell
pretty much
you.
everything.
But based on
me
that,
everything.
would that allow him to deduce which zone he's likely in?
I don't know. I will look up
That
the
one's
spell because I don't think it does what he
It
thinks.
literally
does.
tells me what the magic limits are, what the
Yes, none.
tech limits are.
None. Or there are no tech works here. So it's a
No tech works.
total magic zone.
Oh, we're in a total
Okay.
magic zone. Okay.
Yep. What else does it tell you specifically? Let me look it up here. Time check. Full rules. Assuming the GM doesn't. If there's other things they don't wish to disclose. There are secret things as well. Let's see. Assuming GM does not believe it'll mess with any plots, it will tell you the full magic tech rules I have. If there are any other things they don't wish to disclose, they will let you know if there are other secret things as well. There are other secret things as well. It doesn't tell you where you are or anything like that.
Yeah, I have one that tells me the time period of where we are.
Yes.
but not what zone we're in.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to cast time check?
I sure I can try. I check my pockets. Do I have tarot cards?
Did you have tarot cards before? Oh, no. Yes,
yeah.
everybody has tarot cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Courts of Chaos too. Did we get tarot
Courts
cards?
are outside of the area, so there are none for that. But
Oh, interesting.
for this, it is inside the area. So Freddy doesn't know what time it is. He's spending half of his magic points each miss. Let's see, real quick, you can write it up. Let me know when you're out of magic points.
Okay, I'm ready for the tarot cards if you got those.
Yep. Let's see. Jason picks up the star and the Six of Wands. Chris picks up the Moon and the Seven of Cups. Freddie, do you have enough magic points for all that?
Oh yeah, it doesn't help my magic point.
Cool. And Freddie's cards, real quick, while I'm doing it, is the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords, because apparently he's just a violent sociopath. So, I'll let you guys let McKay know at your convenience on that. As far as the time check goes, era, time period, call it early medieval. What willpower modifier there is for technology use does not work. No, for anything above our early medieval, so like Viking shit, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See, spells are
Yeah,
useful.
we've not been there before because of the tarot cards, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anything distinct enough? Because there's snow out here. Is there anything nearby that looks like it would make for a good trump card scene?